All right, guys, check it out. What we got in the mail. All right, here is our thermo switch that we are planning to put in on the Kx450. All right, got my wires, everything. I also got this stuff over here. It's another one that I had for this one here, but as you can see, that hole right there ain't threaded. I'm gonna have to have a 9/16 drill bit to drill that out so one of these can fit. You know, even though I think they're 9/16, but they're one of them's 18 pitch thread, and I believe 1/2 inch. But either way, we know this fits, so that's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna put it. As I say, it's gonna go right there on this hose. So we got a lot to do. We're gonna have to take that hose off, but first we're gonna have to drain the radiator, get the mess off the antifreeze out of that, and once we do that, then we can start taking the hoses off and get this thing hooked up and installed. So let's go ahead and get that done. I'm going to pause it here for a second, get the camera set up, and I'm going to try to let y'all watch this time a little bit instead of just doing all the work and then coming back and saying, okay, here it is. So let's try this once, you know. I mean, it's something new. I ain't done it before, and you know, like I say, this channel is all about learning. So hang on just a few minutes. All right, guys, we're back. Now, I got my drain bucket right here for the antifreeze. I'm going to go ahead and drain the antifreeze out of it. Be ready for that. So, got to get the, need a socket first, huh? All right. Y'all just bear with me, guys. All righty. Here's our drain for the anti-fire. I like using this little bucket, man, because you can always put it back in with this little tip right here, the handle of the bucket. Open this bad boy up so it'll drain. There we go. Now we're cooking. Alright. Get all this all this out of here. Then we can take that hose off. That's going to be a pain in the ass because it's all up in there, but we'll get it, I promise you. Also going to try it with a couple of different cameras too. I want to see if I can download the off of 2 SD cards onto my laptop. I got an old laptop, so I don't know how it's going to work. But we'll try it anyway. Alrighty then. Looks like that's going to do her pretty good. Maybe. There we go. She's still dripping. I'll try to get as much out as I can. So. Alrighty, keep them making a mess. Put bolt back in here. Come on, baby, get in there. Swiftly. I don't use gloves because I ain't a pussy. I don't care about getting my hands dirty. And them gloves, man, you can't. It's hard to hold little nuts and bolts like this. It's just crazy. Why people use them gloves, I don't know. I guess, you know, if you was getting into some dangerous chemicals, yeah, I can understand. But, dude, it's antifreezing oil on a motorcycle. Give me a damn break and gasoline. Lord have mercy for being such a pussy, people. Alright, now, let's see what we're going to have to remove here in order to get this thing off. Okay. So we've got this we're going to have to take off, I know. Trying to figure out the easiest way to get that thing off of there. Probably going to have to unhook these. Got the radiator hose off of here, as you can see. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to put it in here. I'm trying to find a green hose to put on it. Go back with it. That may be the answer. We'll see. Be right back. All right, guys, we're back now. We're using a different camera this time. We use the old phoner system here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that little thing out of there, heat it up, and see which one does. Sends the power out. You know what I mean? If I can hook it up. Let me adjust this so y'all can see better. I don't know how this thing works. It's a camera tripod, so I'm trying to figure out how it works here, guys. Hey, look at there. Maybe it'll stay. I don't know. Trying to get my phone up here, and it ain't got a good phone clip to it. Hopefully it won't fall. So, alright, let's get this back off. Then we'll have to retape it, I know. Who cares? But you'll be able to see what I'm talking about, see? Tape still stayed on it. Cool. Alright, now, what we're going to do is, we'll put this thing in the vise. And I'm going to show you, I'll scoot you back here a little bit. Now see, you got this here in the vise. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to touch two of these. What I'm doing here, I'm just guessing right now, so don't hold me to it. Put that one right there, and this one right here. I need to, what I'm going to do is get it where I can put both of them in there. There we go. Alright, so. Alright, now can y'all see? Yeah. So, we're going to see which one opens up and which one don't. I hate to do this with it down wires, but it don't matter. Hell, I don't want to melt the wires is what I'm saying. So, okay. There's the power, one side of the power wire. Y'all probably could tell me a different way, easier way to do this than I'm doing, so if you can, I'm more than welcome to hear the ways to do it. I'm just doing it like I know how to. Alright. Now, let's hit some, we're going to put this on DC voltage. There we go. None so far. So, let's see. Now, let's see, we're going to have not DC voltage, ohm it. Put this on the ohm setting, right there. So, when they touch, aha! Yes, we stuck it to the battery last time. That's how I did it. Okay, hang on, guys. Work with me. Let's see, okay. I'm wasting a lot of time doing this. Give me just a second. Okay, guys, here we are again. So we have found out. This is how it goes. Blue wire is where it's going to have to come out of and go to the fan. So that's where we're going to have to do it. Power wire in here, power out here. I've done cycled through it, so it's good to go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to, since I got this all hot and bothered, I'm going to put some more grip tape, some more pipe tape on there. And go from there, because I have got this hot, and it's all crappy and sticky and goofy looking, so what we'll do is we'll just put some new on here. Get this old crap off. Alrighty. Put some new on here, like so. As you can see, turning it right. Alrighty then. Now, we can put her back on here. Just like that. And, what we'll do is, we'll run power to this and then out from here, run it to the fan switch. And then from the fan switch down into there and all that good stuff. That way we'll have both control of this thing right here will cut on when it gets hot. And if we don't want it to stay on, we'll cut it off with a switch. How about that? Alrighty then. Here we go. Let's move along. Alright guys, now I'm just going to show you an update of what I've got done so far. Alright, so here's our power wire coming from the battery. We've got that coming in here, plugged in here. Alright. Got the power wire run up through here and to my switch, which is right here. Pardon me, I can't see with the camera or everything. Coming back down. Out of the switch into our little thermocouple thing here, temperature gauge. Alright, so what that's going to do is when it reaches 180 degrees, that switch is going to be able to open up. And when it opens up, see what I'm going to do is this. when you get on the bike, if you plan to go woods riding and you want to have a fan or something or whatever, go ahead and cut your fan on. Just cut it on, but your fan ain't going to cut on right away. What it's going to do is when it reaches that temperature, it'll cut on then because you're already going to have power going to your switch. And you have flipped the switch on, so it's ready. It's sending power down to this right here. So whenever it reaches temperature, that thing's going to pop open. And when it opens up, it's going to send a signal to the fan motor to turn on. But also, if you're riding and you want to come to a stop and sit for a minute, rest, whatever, and you don't want your fan motor to keep running like it would if you didn't have a switch, it would just keep running until the motor cooled down to, I think it's like 150. Then it would shut back off. But since I got the switch on here, when if I come to a stop and want to sit for a while and don't want my fan running while I'm not riding and burning the battery down, I just come over and turn the switch off. That turns the fan back off. All right. Then when I crank it up and get to riding again, I can turn it back on, and if the fan don't come on, it's cooled off. Also, we'll have this little gauge up here that I've got installed on the side right there. That's going to tell us how hot it really is. Now, I don't know how good and accurate that's going to be. It's not a damn $200, gauge or whatever. It may be close. We'll see. But it'll tell us around about temperature of what it is. And that's why I did all this. It's really overkill, I know. But, hey, it's pretty cool to have on your bike. You know what I mean? Control the fan motor. Control the coolant. Well, not the coolant. But you can control how to cool it down and everything else without running the battery down completely. So, I got everything in the wire looms that I can. I still got to run this into the wire loom, but here's the other wire. Where'd it go? There it is. Here's the wire. That's going to the fan motor. See, so it's coming out of here and go straight down into the fan motor when it gets power. So I'm going to put that in a wire loom also, and then I should be pretty much done with it. We'll check everything out. I had to stick the torch down to this again and get it warm and see if it's going to come on. And then if it does, we have completed our fan switch installation kit on the Kx450. And you're having to put up with my amateur flipping videoing. Okay, so let me go and finish that wire part up and we'll get back to you. Alright guys, so we've got it all done up here. Got the wiring all up in there, all in my looms, taped up. Got it zip tied up to my frame there so it don't come loose. I have test fitted the gas tank. Gas tank goes on, not a problem. All my wires are protected as you see. Put them in the looms. Not that bad, not too messy. Try to keep it as neat as I can. Hopefully we'll have no leaks. That's where I'm hoping we'll be okay at, honestly. I don't think we'll have any. We should be good. Everything's tight. Went on well. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to check, now that everything's wired, we got to check and make sure it still works. So, we have to cut on the fan, take our torch and light her on up again, which is this here, my little snap-on torch. Well, these little things are handy, I tell you. They can do a lot of things when you need a torch at. So, alright. Fan motor's working. Of course, I didn't camera it on there with y'all, but I did have the daggone thing torch on her, and she kicked on. How long it stay on, I have no idea how long it'll stay on, though. There she went. Alright, but anyway, what I was saying, put your wiring tape, or put you some tape around that wiring loom so it'll hold it to your wire better. Your wire, when you're moving it around and trying to put it where it needs to be, if you don't put tape on it, your wire tends to pull out of the wiring loom. So if you put tape on it, the wire can't come out. Put it right there at the end and the beginning. Wire won't come out at all. And then when you're done, cut the excess off. Simple as that. Alrighty then. Well, we're going to try to get some stuff straightened up here, put our gas tank and stuff back on, and I guess we'll show everything back on. I don't know, hell, maybe be back and nothing be done. I don't know, man. Alright guys, I'm going to try something here. I may try to do this in a time lapse where he speeds up and it'll show me like doing everything real fast. I don't know if I can do it with my camera on my phone or if I had to use my GoPro camera. So let me try this and see how that does. That might be pretty cool. Hang on.